Hi, I'm Trevor from Life in Sussex. As we approach the end of the year, it's time to wrap up our Sussex County Lights Holiday Decorating Challenge by selecting our top 3 winners. Before we get started, I want to apologize for my jacked up voice. I, like many others in our area, came down with the Christmas time funk. I'm on the tail end of it now and feeling a lot better, but as the saying goes, the show must go on. The Sussex County Lights Decorating Challenge began on December 2nd and ran through December 24th. We had 45 entries and we saw over 7,800 votes. During the same time period, lifeinsussex.com saw over 18,000 visitors, with the Sussex County Lights pages being viewed over 58,000 times. I'm blown away by the participation in our challenge, not only by the number of entries, but also the number of county residents visiting all of the displays. I did a quick search online and found that Sussex County has a population of approximately 146,000 people. 62% of the population are between the ages of 18 to 64 years old, which makes up the majority of our website visitors. That equals 90,520 people. Doing some quick math, almost 20% of that population visited Life in Sussex in less than a month's time. That's just crazy to me. With that said, I want to thank everyone who entered their beautiful displays in our challenge. And I want to thank everyone who visited our website to view, vote, and visit these wonderful creations. The community support for our first Sussex County Lights Holiday Decorating Challenge was absolutely amazing. I have to say, your displays did not disappoint. There were so many great ones entered, and it was so much fun driving around the county and looking at many of them during the holiday season. This week, my wife and I took a trip around Sussex County and visited the top 6 displays with the most community votes. We looked at the top 6 because 3rd through 6th place were really close in votes, and we felt it was necessary to give them a full review. While not everyone who entered will win a prize, the entire county won because you stepped up and created a display for all of us to enjoy. So without further ado, let's start with our honorable mentions. First, we have Craven Family Fun Lights. Located in Vernon Township, their house sits atop a hill, a ways back from the road. Even with that distance, you could still enjoy the light show from the comfort of your car. Their light show was different every night, and on the night we visited, we were greeted with a green and red pattern. Looking to the right of the house was an 18-foot inflatable Santa, and on the other side was a polar bear. Throughout the lawn, there were lighted trees and other Christmas characters, including Santa in his sleigh. This was a fun visit, and I want to thank the Craven family for putting so much work into their holiday display. The next honorable mention was Stickles Pond Christmas. This was a hard one for us. Their display was absolutely amazing, but unfortunately, they just didn't have enough community votes to push them to the top 3. The light show was synced to music, and you could hear it by tuning in your car radio. And the music was a lot of fun, not your traditional Christmas tune. You could sit in your car for 30 minutes or more and watch this show. Their display had more than 37,000 LED pixels and an 8-foot by 4-foot video screen synchronized to music. So let's start with their house. The roof was lined with lights, and each window was lit on the edges and had an animation in the center. There were art shaped across the front of the lawn, with the video screen in the middle. There were animated characters throughout the lawn, along with trees that displayed patterns in sync with the music. They had another video screen closer to the road promoting their support for Benny's Bodega, a local nonprofit that offers hardworking people who struggle a place to shop for basic needs and items free of charge. There was another digital sign out front with a prompt to tune your radio to hear the music. I can only imagine the time it must have taken to build this display, and they do it every year. If you didn't make it over to Stickles Pond Road this year, you definitely need to put it on your list for next year. I also want to thank the homeowners for the shout out. In between songs, they promoted Sussex County Lights on the radio broadcast and encouraged visitors to jump on their phones and head over to our website. This was awesome. The last honorable mention goes to Sussex Christmas House. This display had so many things to look at. You could stand there for over 30 minutes and still not see everything. 100% of their lighting is LED, which really delivers those intense colors. There's a lighted archway over the driveway that is big enough to drive through, and as you enter the driveway, you're greeted by two giant animated toy soldiers, one on each side of the entrance. To the right of the driveway, there was a snowman party going on. The house and trees were decorated with string lights, and the walkway has oversized lights leading you to the steps through a huge arch that looks like a giant string of Christmas lights. Inflatables filled the yard, and on the porch roof is Santa prepping for takeoff in his hot air balloon. New for this year is their gingerbread spa that included some really cool cutouts outlined with glowing light. Also new for this year is their ice skating pond that featured Charlie Brown, Snoopy, and Woodstock skating the night away. And we can't leave out the oversized peppermint candies that decorated the window shutter. This display certainly added a massive bright spot of color to the borough of Sussex. Thank you for taking the time to create such an awesome holiday display. Now to third place and the winner of 2 tickets to the Big Apple Comedy Club 53 at the Newton Theater. The Mergs lighted up Griswold style. As you take a ride down Mudcut Road, you can't miss this house. True to Clark Griswold, the entire house is covered in light. Aside from the lights on the gutters, roof lines, doors, and windows, the roof is also covered in lights. The glow this house puts out lights up the entire street. Icicle lights hang from the gutters and below the windows, and LED snowflakes and characters decorate the windows and walls of the house. The bushes are covered in lighting, and candy canes line the walkway in front of the house. Classic blow mold figures, along with modern LED figures, decorate the lawn and steps leading to the front door. Trees are wrapped in bright LED lights, along with snowflakes hanging from the branches, and a giant Merry Christmas sign on the side yard fence greets you as you drive down the road. And we can't forget about the classic Santa and his reindeer perched on top of the roof. Their display is ready to go the day after Thanksgiving, so if you didn't see it this year, add it to your must-see list for next year. Congratulations on your third place win and for creating such a bright display that gives us all flashbacks to everyone's favorite Christmas movie. Now to second place and the winner of a $100 gift certificate to T Performance Indoor Golf. Classic Christmas. Located on Silver Grove Road in Hardiston, you won't miss this display. It has over 30,000 lights spread along 300 feet of road frontage that provides plenty of space to pull over and take in this feast for the eyes. Using a combination of string lights, icicle lights, and floodlights, this display has more of an old-fashioned Christmas feel to it with a red and green color scheme. Icicle lights line the gutters with string lights around the doors and windows. Red and green floodlights project color on the house, giving it an overall glow. There's a lighted wreath on the front of the house, along with Christmas trees and snowflakes on the roof. The bushes are covered in red and green net lighting, and candy canes line the walkway leading to the front door. Waiting to greet you as you pull in the driveway is Santa and Comet standing in his stable. The homeowners took full advantage of their space and decorated their yard, starting with the shrubs along the road to the very back of the side yard. This gives your eye so many places to look, from up close to off in the distance. The lighted trees and shapes to the left of the house look beautiful, but what really stood out to me was the right side yard. Up close to the road is a tree with lighted shapes and lighted ground covering below it. Moving across the side yard is a hot cocoa stand with lighted characters. Going back just a bit, you see giant Christmas ornaments, lighted candy canes, and another section with decorations and ground cover. Behind that are large snowmen and other lighted trees and structures. This depth really draws you in to discover all of the gems this display has to offer. Congratulations on your second place win, and thank you for sharing your amazing display with the community. And now, our first place winner and recipient of the $250 gift certificate to the Ampersand Inn is the Highland Lakes Grinch. Located in the Highland Lakes section of Vernon Township, this display feels like you're visiting a Christmas-themed amusement park. Alturas Road is a little tight and parking is limited, but once you find a spot, you're welcome to get out and visit with the Highland Lakes Grinch. Whether you're young or old, this display is certainly a sight to see. It's small in size, but big in scale. It's got light-ups and blow-ups and candy cane trails. It's got flashers and flickers and fiddly-doos. It's got Grinches and Macs and Cindy Lou Who. It's got Rudolphs and Frosties and Santas that fly. It's got a strange little skeleton waving goodbye. It's got penguins and Yodas and minions galore. It's got photos with Santa near the front door. It's got a giant Homer Simpson who looks down on it all. It's got a giant snow globe in the shape of a ball. Photos can be had with the Grinch if you'd like. Just bring him an onion and he'll be in delight. Our time with the Grinch had come to an end, so we walked to our truck to begin the descent. We rolled down the window as we passed by when we noticed a tear building up in his eye. He waved with his hands and he waved with his feet. It would be next Christmas when again we shall meet. We heard the Grinch say as we drove out of sight, "Merry Grinchmas to all, and to all a good night."